that you're like, all right, do it. I thought you were gonna count it down on TeamSpeak 5, 4. Okay, all right. I guess we're just going right into it. Hello, everybody, and welcome back into Mr. Cat season number 2. It is our last game of the day here. It is Faceless versus MVP.Hot6. We have switched streams. I've switched computers. We are setting up for EM2 or EM3, excuse me, downstairs. So the production PC is going to that, and I am upstairs, actually using Xiori's computer now, getting into this last game of the day. Of course, my name is Mont. Joining me today, as always, is Trent Pax. Trent, we've seen some pretty fun stuff so far from Faceless, and I think deservedly so. MVP.Hot6 actually banned out the Pudge, which Black played to, I guess, a pristine level in that last game.
I would say so. He did quite well.
It was pretty good. And it wasn't just him, too. It was actually more of a team effort. I mean,
no, let's just give it all to one player, I would say.
I gotta say, Ice hit some good RPs, but it was pretty hit or miss for him. I don't think he needed to be that good that last game just because of how good that entire team from Faces was. You saw XY, the combination of abilities they had. They had the Empower coming out, helping out Jabs with the Battle Trance, which of course in turn helped out XY with all of his crit damage. It was nuts to watch because they just kind of got ahead, and they stayed ahead for pretty much the entirety of that game. So, anyway.
Yeah. I hear you. But at least for respect now for MVP.Hot6, we said we don't know too much about these guys.
Right.
And they're going to mix up a little bit here. Going for an Earth Spirit first overall.
I was pretty impressed with how they played in that first game, despite how, again, Light started. It wasn't a great start for him. Of course, he got himself denied in the jungle accidentally. Was certainly not intentional. Ryzen had a rough game. He died. I think it was upwards of 8 to 10 times in that game. He died a lot in the early game, especially to Black and his hooks and his dismembers. But all things considered, they had a solid draft. They had the Warlock Golems, which had helped them out. They won a handful of team fights, but they just weren't really ever ahead in the game. Will we see the Faceless Rubik Mag opening again? There is the Earth Spirit this time to take into account, so you do have some good counter initiation. You have the Silence to worry about. You have the Magnetize, the Rolling Boulder. We'll see if I wouldn't be shocked if they go for Magnus here again, but it's the Ogre Magi instead.
Okay. Maybe denying it up a little bit here, and that's going to be the nerfed man himself.
Yeah.
Darkseer. Man, that nerf, it hurts. Because at first you look at it and you're like, oh, that's a little harsh. And then you like play the hero, and casting
like, well,
2 Ion Shells is painful, man.
Yeah.
You try that first wave, you try and double. Sometimes you triple. You go for like the 12-second Ion Shell, and you do 2 more right after that, like 21, 30 seconds. So you get the triple right as the first waves collide, so you can try and get as many last sets and experience as possible. It's like impossible.
They destroyed this hero, man. They destroyed this hero. Well, maybe not that much. I feel like the movement speed nerf, whatever. It's 5 movement speed. It's more just the Ion Shell mana cost is really the big.
It's all of it. It's all of it together. His best friend's already banned out in the Ember Spirit. And I guess his bestest friend, Slardar, was first banned out. And we've lost the Ember Spirit here, too. So we'll see if they get any sort of a nice combination. We still have the Nyx Assassin left in the pool as well, with Faceless having the first pick. So that's left. Good hero against both Earth Spirit and Darkseer.
I gotta say, there's some hate on Black so far. The Pudge ban and then the Anti-Mage ban, which is not shocking, I suppose. He hasn't played Anti-Mage today, but that Pudge pick was pretty outstanding. They've had a lot of different heroes, which is pretty crazy so far. In this, like the 4 games they've played, not including this one, I guess you could say the 3 games they've played, they've switched up in almost every game except for the Magnus that they picked in games 2 and 3. So it's a pretty nifty sort of day for Faceless. There's a lot of differences in their drafts. We'll just see what they do here with these bans.
I just went on the last one. Probably just thinking about those those Darkseer combinations they might be worried about. Oh, there you go, Chris Levain. That's a smart ban, actually. Not only does it open up some of those, oh yeah, there goes our Nyx too, but our ideas of like Chens and Enchantresses and stuff, those are now available to you, as Chris Levain's one of the best heroes against them. With all those nerfs to Darkseer, Chris Levain Aura would actually be a great way to try and help him out in lane, to be honest.
Right. It certainly would, but there's still other. Again, it just comes back to that thought process. I feel like there's a lot of heroes that you need to ban, or at least need to think about banning. Again, the Lone Druid is available for Faceless if they want to go for it, whether they want to put it mid or safe lane or just go for something else entirely. Magnus is still in the pool. If they want to pick that up again for Ice, they might go for something different. There's just so many different options here that clearly Faceless are comfortable running. The next couple of picks are going to indicate where this game is going to go from here. For MVP.Hot6, there's not much we could talk about. I mean, there's Darkseer, there's an Earth Spirit, and it is the Magnus for Faceless. So,
I really thought it would get, like, I don't know, that is surprising. I feel like that Anti-Mage ban should have been a Magnus ban. Because now I guess you take Jug as MVP.Hot6 so that Faceless don't get it. Because I think if you're giving away Jug Magnus in the second phase and they already have Ogre Rubik, your game is just so difficult. Like, Jug up against Darkseer is already brutal, and he has a Magnus on his team. Like, you know what? You lost. If you don't take Jug right now, that's it. It's over.
It's not just the fact that Jug is really good with Magnus. It's the combination of factors. Like, he's against the Darkseer. They have the Ogre Magic for Bloodlust. But again, there's other heroes to play with than just the Jug.
I guess the problem is they had to ban the Animage because it's gonna be the exact same thing. Because Faces is like very good playing with the.
Damn, you called it, dude.
Oh, you know me.
I do.
Like they're very good with the Animage, and it's against the Darkseer, right? Which like that's the classic awful lane is Darkseer versus Animage, and these guys are actually willing to play the damn hero. So then you have to ban it. So they have not immediately lost, guys. They picked Jug. It's okay. Life's fine again.
They still have to deal with whatever combination though. Like.
Yeah.
They could go PA again, theoretically. They don't have Battle Trance, but they could always pick the troll last if they really wanted to.
They even have last pick, too, so, like, you just pick... I'm sure they pick position... Oh.
Wow. Okay, there it is. That's crazy.
Huh.
Very interesting. So how do they lane this exactly?
That's
They just
really...
keep the Magnus in the offlane again, or do they send...
Yeah, that's the question, I suppose.
Right?
I feel like it's more... I guess it's just going to depend on what hero MVP.Hot6 picks up to be certain as to what their matchups are going to be. Brewmaster's very good in a 1v1, so if they can find him a good 1v1 that's not against Jug, because Jug will just have like spin to disable the mischance. Then again, the mischance cooldown is like 8 seconds, so you can only use Blade
You
Fury.
won't always have spin up.
No, so maybe that's fine. Maybe they'll like hope that MVP send the Jug mid, and they can just put the Brew up against him.
Certainly an interesting choice. I'm excited to see Brewmaster and how he does here. It's again a lot of team fight. I don't know how. I guess Empower's not bad with Brewmaster. It does hit pretty hard.
Yeah, it's true with the crit and stuff. That'd actually be so sick to go like full out position 1 Brewmaster.
I would like to see that. Just build super right click or some shit like that. That'd be very interesting.
And we have talked a lot about cooldowns today too with Brewmaster, and that was one of my biggest concerns I'd say for the hero. But I think players like Mind Control and S4 playing lately have shown that I feel like 120 is like the cutoff. Like 140, the early sixes is kind of fine because there's not that many team fights going. But when you're getting to that mid and late game, I do think like 100 to 120 is just pushing the limits of what we can really abuse in terms of cooldowns right now. Like some of those other heroes that go a little bit later, like the Tide and stuff that we're talking about, can be pretty rough. And maybe Brew is kind of rough too. Like it's difficult to play around. But
do you really think it's that important?
I don't think it's too brutal. Like it's not as bad as like Tide Hunter is right now. I don't think.
Right. It's just I feel like this patch is just showing us all these heroes that I mean, don't get me wrong, we've seen an occasional Brewmaster in the patch before 7.0, but like, you know, it's just like this patch is showing us such new and interesting hero combinations and just different styles of playing. I think it's very, very interesting. And again,
with
now
Bloodlust too.
Yeah, true.
this Brewmaster. Let's just get
He hits
someone
hard
else to
already.
jack him up.
He hits so hard already. I think his attack speed is lower than maybe some of the other carry heroes. So with Bloodlust, that certainly helps. Obviously, the move speed. I don't know, man. What is good to steal in this game for Rubik? Pretty much anything from Earth Spirit, I guess.
Yeah, Earth Spirit's a weird hero. He's like hard to make it work well. Like
yeah, true.
Darkseer's decent. Like the Iron Shell's okay to grab. Juggernaut's a good hero. Witch Doctor's tough because you should only ever get Cask, really. Well, theoretically, you should only ever get the heal, right? Because Witch Doctor should be toggling it every time. But at least you have a chance on Cask. I feel like you shouldn't have any chance on the ultimate.
It's just annoying as a Witch Doctor against a Rubik. You have to be way more diligent than you are previously. You're just like instead of just like throwing your Cask and death warding without worrying about your voodoo restoration, you have to worry about it a lot more. It's just like that diligency that you don't want to have to deal with, but you do. Even stealing some of Darkseer's abilities is pretty good this game. I guess it's not the best Rubik game. There's not that many big abilities out there, but you could certainly steal some good stuff. But really what it comes down to now is what are we going to see last year from MVP.Hot6? Are we going to see the Jug mid? Are we going to see Jug heading elsewhere? Are we going to see the Brew mid? Are we going to see the Magnus mid for Faceless? There's a lot of options.
Looks like they're eyeing up an OD. Oh, Shadow Fiend.
Wow.
Okay.
That works.
Yeah, Shadow Fiend's going to fight better against some of these earlier engagements with the Magnus and Brewmaster, I think, than like an OD would. That's fair. I do like the OD. The reason with the sniper ban, I thought maybe they were going for that because then it would set up better for the rolls from the Earth Spirit. So they'll just slightly harder time for the Earth Spirit to gank mid, but at the same time, he also could go down the Darkseer lane, get the Iron Shell on top, go for those plays in terms of that matchup. And only 30 seconds left here, but it's not exactly a crazy last pick that changes too much here.
Right. Well, I think would be safe lane theoretically, or no?
For
Sure.
Sorry, for the Faceless pick?
For Faceless
yeah,
pick,
I think this is probably going to be a position 1. It could be mid, though, and as you can see, I guess the Hot6 were thinking that possibility was there. I mean, who are they going to send mid against Shadow Fiend? Oh, I guess they'll just send the Brew, so... They've played a lot of Wraith King lately, I did notice that.
And it's kind of a crazy draft, man. A little interesting. A lot of strength heroes in this game for Faceless. It's all the strength heroes except for the Ogre and the Rubik.
All right,
Like, there's no agility carry for them. I mean, which doesn't matter that much. It's just interesting to see.
I've pressed the right buttons for production so far. Pretty proud of myself. I usually I like to screw production like every day, so this is pretty good for me so far. I was
doing the production downstairs. But we have one monitor for the casting PC that I'm using. I could use the production PC, but I don't want to touch it because like there's everything set up for elimination.
The gremlins.
Mode, so,
yep.
Right, and so I'm like, if I touch this, I'm going to screw it up. So I'm just using the casting PC. There's one monitor. I'm using like a Scarlet for the input that I don't even know if it works or not. Luckily, I think it did pretty well. Yeah. I think we're okay.
Oh, right. Now you guys have watched my camera. Oh, okay. All right. No jumping around the entire map camera today, guys.
Let me give you a heads up on how to best use your camera. Enable the assisted
I got all
operator.
my good shit going. Don't you worry.
And you're good to go. That's it. You don't need anything else. The assisted operator is probably the most important thing, and if you've got that, then you're Gucci.
That's life. All right.
That's it.
Proper overlays, no jail for you guys.
That's how JJ makes his money, is the assisted operator, let me tell you.
All right, well, for now, smoke play to start things off. Some standard stuff. And we'll see any interesting items. So it is Jabs who's up there on the Magnus. I think that makes more sense because the gold's more important on a Magnus than it's going to be on a Brewmaster. So send him to the off lane. Let him do his thing.
They're going to invade, and they might find Doctor here. The smoke has been broken. I think Doctor's spotted this out. He's pinging. Jab's also pinging, so they clearly know something is up. Everybody's backing away. Light, Ryzen, telekinesis. He walks too far forward now. They get off the clap as well. Yeah, I think he's just done. They have so many stuns. Wraith Fire Blast, telekinesis, Fire Blast. He's just dead, and Black will get the first blood, securing him a very good start to this game. And Ryzen, it's game 1 all over again, man. All over again.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. I guess maybe he didn't see them, or maybe he thought it was only a couple heroes. Like perhaps they only like clipped on the vision or something like that.
Well,
but
I mean, Dr. Ping, I don't. That was they were kind of moving together. Light was getting back towards them, but everybody like Grace and Shima are top. So even if it's only a few heroes, I don't know if you maybe just a mistake. They dropped the ward behind the tower in terms of that tier 1 and the vision that they get. Brewmaster, Ice sitting nearby. Not sure what they're going for here. Doctor lets the melee creep go and gets a good block off for now. And so it looks like it will be the wave on his side of the river.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Ice is doing. Some sort of like a level 1 play?
Yeah, what is this? He got clap. I mean, I don't know if they can kill Doctor at level 1 like this. It's empower for Jabs. Maybe if he empowers both him and Ice, they can get the kill, but even that seems difficult.
Well, nothing else is going on.
If he's waiting for a courier. I mean, the courier's bottom, so who knows what's happening.
Yeah. Oh, I guess, yeah, he started Brown Boots, so he's just waiting for the courier. But, yeah, still.
Pulling Boulder in. They miss. Now the telekinesis. They've caught Light, who has Iron Shell. No Surge, excuse me, for the Darkseer. Fairy Fire might keep him alive. One more auto attack from Nuts. Salve goes. He stays alive. Nice play. Bailey surviving. Light not really willing to give his life away at the beginning of the game yet again. Somehow barely survives. Now Doctor getting ganked. Here comes Ice out of the woodwork. There's going to be the clap. They are diving behind this tower. Empower is up. They've given it to the Brewmaster. Ryzen rolls in. He finds himself Jabs. They can still continue to hit away. They're behind the tower enough that they're not taking any tower hits, and of course the creep wave was there as well.
Yeah,
a lot of rotations and another one.
Fast.
X-Wise here in the tree line again. Doctor's low. He has a Fairy Fire. Ryzen spotted him.
Can you imagine these guys like, can you guys just like leave right now?
Doctor's like, hello? I'd like my lane back, please.
All right. So it was definitely a little bit of a risky start from Ice, like to wait that long for a courier. At the same time, I mean, courier almost always comes directly into the mid lane, so it's understandable why he'd go for it. But he misses out on perhaps some opportunities in the top lane at the earliest before there's going to be like too many spells to deal with him and levels up on these supports, because now he's coming in level 1. And he's going to find a great opportunity to start leeching some of his experience, though. At least if any of them are going to die.
Puma's coming in, though.
All right, he's just taunting. Okay, I like it. Just rolling on that
Having
barrel.
a good time. Thorns have been fast and furious. Jabs is actually doing a rather good job. 11 last hits now. He has his Empower. He's got level 2 Shockwave, so he's going to be able to get CS plenty. Rolling Boulder, Ryzen looking for Jabs. He's looking to actually stop him from farming. They don't have the damage to bring him down. I think it's, what, level 1 raise? Yeah, so they can't get the kill. Be able to reach him back up. A Brewmaster Haste Rune. Is he going to come back and look for another kill? I don't think he can get it again. Like, Doctor's at full HP. Ryzen's nearby. There's not much they can do. So he'll head back to the top lane for Ice Ice Ice.
Okay. What about our offlane here? Light, still level 2, almost into 2.5. Looks like he isn't even spamming down the ion shells anymore at this point.
Can't believe you survived that first blood attempt. That was pretty crazy.
I gotta adjust some of my settings here. Oh, please no dying. Ice Ice. All right, he's just taunting. Of course he's not dying. Ice Ice doesn't die. He just taunts shit top.
Oh, he misses out on his first CS opportunity. Can he get this one? Yep. Wait, did he get that?
No, he did not get that.
He didn't get it. Wow.
Bam!
Right,
there it is. That's the money.
First CS of the game for Ice Ice Ice. Meanwhile, Wraith King. Oh, it's an armlet. Right. Going forward early. He doesn't have boots. He's just going straight armlet, I guess. Interesting. Whatever you got to do, I guess.
All right, settings are changed and no one died. Good work, guys. Back to our crisp 60 FPS.
Yeah,
delicious.
I forgot to change it to 60 FPS this morning. That's my bad, guys. Sorry about that.
Disgusting. I gotta get the 144 hertz monitor, man. I gotta make that upgrade.
Yeah,
I'm waiting until they like plummet in price. Like I just need someone to upgrade even further. Which you know, the rumblings are out there. People are getting the bigger monitors. That's when the price drops, right?
Yeah,
like bottom lane. The double ion shell plays
called.
not successful.
This is not that bad of a start for MVP. They have lost one hero, but other than that, they're farming pretty well. I'm surprised though the Jug doesn't have more CS. It's 25 coming out for the Wraith King down bottom for Black. 27 for Jabs mid, so he's clearly having a good time. The Shadow King's not that far behind, but
trying to make these roles work, but Reason's just not. I mean, it's not exactly the easiest game for it too. We talk about like the idea of the OD and having someone to set up for these roles. He doesn't have a guaranteed one whatsoever.
That's just takes away half his HP with a double damage rune on a Rubik. Nice bit of damage going his way. Yeah, I think when you don't hit these rolls successfully as
surprise,
it gets kind of
ogre
crazy.
mid.
Doctor I think is probably dead. He doesn't have the mana for a skewer, but he doesn't need it. His Empower is doing more than enough, along with XY coming in with the Ignite and the Fire Blast. So they take down the mid. Shadow Fiend, some of the souls out of his body and go.
Just a nice use of the nighttime too. Just wrapping around the SF. He really had no chance. Top lane 2, Ice Ice is abusing the longer cooldown of Blade Fury. Now at level 5, though, this won't be as much of an issue, but he did get a couple claps off there onto Shuma.
Ice 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 also has no mana now, so can't spam it. He can spam it once more, and then he's going to have to wait a couple seconds before it's back up and ready to go. But he's getting okay farm now. He's got 13 last hits rolling down bottom. Ryzen can't find anything again. Black, no reincarnation. He's level 5. Iron Shell's doing a lot of damage. Nice. They might dive him. Wraith Fire Blast. He is able to stick and keep himself alive. Telekinesis, put him close to the tower. Ryzen might just die to the tower here. Fable, good Fairy Fire, but it's not enough, and Nuts will get the kill. Nuts on this Rubik is just going in. Like, to have that guy at your back as your support, he's able to get so much done, and Black's like, he doesn't even have to worry at all.
Yeah, just custom some good levels on him too from all this pulling he's been up to. Make sure he's the second point into the Fade Bolt.
So he's doing pretty well for himself. Level 4, level 6 pretty much for Black. I think he just got it. Yeah, so he's got reincarnation now if he wants to skill it up. Meanwhile, elsewhere, Jug's up to 36 CS, so 2 behind that at the Wraith King. Doctor's starting to get back into it, but Jab still has a 42 CS name. Another roll in, and that one, I think he just said he aborted midway through the roll. He's like, this isn't going to work. He didn't drop the stone, so. Sometimes you just got to say no. Doctor has an Imdis rune. No detection for XY. Wow. Shrine, cast, Grace coming through. Ice 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 just trying to farm, and Grace is only going to be able to harass for a moment or two. Now XY's coming in, but he can't quite catch up to Grace. Had the Ignite ready, but it's a pretty quiet early game, I feel like. I don't know where this game is going to go. I mean, the Jug's doing okay, but pretty much everybody else from MVP is not necessarily struggling, but not doing the best that they could. I will say Light should probably have more CS as a Darkseer, but
I think Black is just like focusing down some of these Iron Shell creeps too, just with like the decent sustain of the aura was kind of okay. Yeah, like it just comes in, he just like punches it.
Iron Talon to bring it down quicker. He'll have an armlet soon, so he won't even have to worry. Yeah, like he's just killing these creeps so quickly. He's just auto-attacking the wave. He's not worrying about really the tower position or the position of the creep wave. The armlet is now done, and I wouldn't be surprised if he went and got involved in some fights.
Ice is 6 too. So.
Gaps is level 8, but he doesn't have his RP. He's not going for it yet.
This ward will spot him out though. Just barely. Saw Ice come up here, and he's basically playing Nyx Assassin. Like, it's kind of how this Brewmaster works in the earlier points. You hit 6, you try and get a gank. You're a decent laner, kind of like Nyx's, because in Nyx's case, he has a good HP regen. He just buys a poor man's shield, but for Brewmaster, you're just able to abuse this Drunken Haze and make life good. But once he's 6, he's doing this line, man. He's just like, all right, see if I can find something. All right, nothing here. Gonna go top, try and pull this wave off.
Too, which is not that pretty standard, I feel like. All right, he just splits. He's gonna use his stone. He's gonna try to go on Shuma. He's gonna use the Cyclone on Grace. Another stone toss. Doug does have a spin, but he's waiting to use it. Grace taking a lot of damage from the Fire Panda, but I think he just used that split to get him off the tower.
Yeah, he's like, he's saving his tower, and he's securing the bottom push, I think is the point behind this.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, good call.
Because they're just down here doing this, and I guess that whole duration they couldn't TP. It was still a little bit weird, I would say. You'd think he'd want to save it to fight around this reincarnation.
He has Wand Armlet if he needs it, and we'll lose his first life. They turn this around is the question. Nice. Good telekinesis right during the surge, and light will fall. So they get the reincarnation, but they lose a hero because of it.
That was a good play by them to wait for that. Just fine use of the first reincarnation. It is a really long time. I mean, we're talking about those long those long cooldowns. Level 1 on the reincarnation is pretty brutal, but they get enough damage on the first go around. Now they'll go back for it. Was it worth the split? Probably.
If they get the tower.
If they had have just... Maybe if Ice was just down here, they could have just like sat him in front hitting the tower, and they might not even have like ever engaged on him. Or if they did, it would have been like the roll silence from the Earth Spirit, and then Black and Nuts would have counter-initiated, and things could have been better for them. But they would have lost their tower for sure up top.
Right.
And instead, they just get bought for free.
So, first tower of the game taken by Faceless. They're going to go ahead and de-ward a Sentry, I think, in the Uber Cliff here. And try to get some vision advantage. There's no observer ward placed down. They're just backing away. That would probably get de-ward if they put one down there. I don't think they even have one. But it's a pretty quiet game. I mean, there's some plays being made. Jabs has just been farming away. And we talked about the Echo Saber build, and he's going for it. He is not going the standard build that Ice has been going all day today. He is going for the farming build. The damage is going to be there. Meanwhile, all 5 of MVP get together. It's a 3-man smoke. And I think they really want to kill Black. I might be wrong about that.
Yeah, that reincarnation cooldown. This is the time. Shuma has the ulti. Actually doesn't have the mana for it, but he's claritying up.
Obity Slash. Silence comes out. There's going to be some nuts TP in, but I think Black might...
Oh, he might find the toggle. Oh, that was close.
Looks like he will get killed. Fire Blast coming out now. There's the Maldic stolen. Shuma in trouble. Requiem goes, but Jabs is here. He has his RP. Death Ward coming out. Jabs trying to get his RP off. Only hits the 1. Doctor barely gets out of the range. Still, they will find the kill. Skewer onto 2. Now, looks like more damage coming in with a shock with XY and wants this kill as well. Jabs finds the double. Ryzen on the run. Now the Ignite Beings, of course, coming out from XY, trying to get some slow up. The Shockwave will come through. Have a Skewer back at 13, but they don't need it. Fire Blast, the Telekinesis, and a triple kill. That goes for Jabs at the end of the fight. Dude, so 4 die.
He just got Echo Saber and he's Blink.
All right, well, that's not good for MVP at all.
Yeah, as we
that is a problem.
Couple fights, you know. I guess it's time to head over to the net worth. He's at almost 7K. That's okay, I would say, for a mid-Magnus. Dude, this Bloodlust is insane. He just does so much damage.
Bloodlust, Echo Saber, Magnus already. It's an Empower, max Empower. It's not good for MVP. The Jug going down very bad. He has not really much farm. Him and the Shadow Fiend, they're sitting at about 4K net worth. Not really near any real items at this point, whereas, again, we've already talked about the Magnus. He's very farmed. The Wraith King has his armlet ready to go. They'll have another item rather soon. So, and now they have Split as well. I mean, they didn't even have Split. I don't think they even had Ice in that fight.
No,
Midas.
He was not down for that.
So, I just, it's one of those situations where it feels like they've gotten behind again. MVP are just in a bad position. They've put themselves in a hole.
Yeah, hard to disagree with that. And Faceless, they're looking to make it a little bit deeper. Bringing Black up here. They're smoked up. He's got his armlet. Now, he doesn't have ulti for another 30 seconds, so this could be, on one hand, unexpected from MVP, but on the other hand, a little bit risky. You don't want to lose him again.
The smoke did break, so it looks like MVP know that something is amiss. But this might turn into just to a tower push, and I don't think you can stop this. Reincarnation is up in 20 seconds. If they wanted to kill Black, they needed to do it just about now. By the way, he's going Blade Mail next. I'll just Claymore or his Broadsword after Broadsword now if he wanted it, actually.
So when we compare this now to Tidehunter as well, it's kind of that same thing, where Ice is just going to sit here. It's the threat of the split. It's the, okay, it's not even worth engaging them because they have the split, but then that just gets pushed on to the next objective and the next objective. But the thing is, this isn't like, I would way rather have Brew Split than Ravage. Like, the amount of control that can offer to you, especially up against a hero that has that super long channel, like the Witch Doctor. Like, Ravage, yeah, he Ravaged. Okay, well, now I'm just going to sit in these trees and pop my ulti, and they have nothing against it. Not going to work against Brewmaster.
No, definitely not.
He's got the Earth Panda, he's got the Wind Panda. Stream about these face
Gabs has an Invis Rune.
Oh, that is just, that's death
I
incarnate.
think that's dead Shuma. Yep, RP, Skewer. He can Blade Fury, but he's dead before it, I think. One more auto attack. Gab's waiting for his blink, 5 seconds. They make it. They slow him down. Shockwave, and they can't save him in time. Grace came with the Voodoo Restoration. No way that'll help. Ryzen misses yet another roll. Cass will go, though. Nuts is in trouble. There's going to be the Death Ward. They drop him pretty quickly. And now Brewmaster. Split. Can he get it off? He can't. The Magnetize comes out. It works out for Ryzen one way or the other. And now Jabs is on the run. He's got a blink. He's going to use it quickly. He has another Shockwave ready to go. Bloodlust comes out from XY. Anybody TPing down? It looks like no. The Wraith King's too busy pushing mid. Shockwave will keep the wave pushed out for the moment. Grace drops the ward down, and that'll be the end of it as Black wants to take the tower mid.
Yeah, it's not even done down here.
Yeah, there's going to be this stun coming out. Ryzen rolling away. Rain drops. They drop the Maledict down to XY, not really doing much. Blink forward, Jabs once more. No RP for 58 seconds. There are 4 heroes here. Shuma's back from the dead. Another stun coming out, and that's going to be it. It looks like he's solo. The Blade Fury can't hit. Shuma gets blocked by the trees. And Jabs, will he go down to the earth? And it looks like he will. Rolling Boulder. He's so low, 20 HP. He's alive with 5, but Shuma, he needs one more auto attack. Can he find it? He can. Jabs is going to make it out in time, and now here comes Ice. Uses his ultimate, now finds the Cyclone up under the Juggernaut as well. Black is rotated in, the Blade Fury, but Shuma is out of mana. The cast might actually save him. They have the stun in a moment from the Panda. They throw it, and Shuma should fall here if Black can get in with his Wraithfire Blast. Telekinesis will keep him put there, and of course that's just going to be another kill in that Juggernaut. They really cannot afford.
Oh, they're not going to go for him. Not enough time to have him tossed up and then follow through. Jeez, I feel like I haven't seen Light in a while.
Well, he's getting soloed by Jabs. Shockwave. Yeah. It's just that simple. Wow.
It's just been up top trying to farm away that mechanism, I guess, but not even up to that yet.
I mean, it seems like it's all falling apart again for MVP. Not much they can do. That's the net worth graph looking like. 10,000 for Faceless, 7,500 experience. Doctor does find a kill onto XY, so that's something at least.
Sorry, guys. He's got Shadow Blade now.
Yeah.
To watch out for that one.
I didn't notice it either, to be fair. Black is going to be spotted. He does have Reincarnation. Cast bouncing. Boulder Smash comes out as well. There's the Silence Grip. Gray's still probably dead, though. Echo Saber, Shockwave, dead instantly.
I'll quickly take one back then.
So where do you go from here? I mean, Shuma's having a really rough time. He's less net worth now than the Brewmaster is. Luckily, your Shadow Fiend is doing something, but it's not that much.
Yeah, I think Shuma's got the right idea. Has to go for a Manta, can get some split push going. Just a little bit of survivability in these fights as well, but you just gotta hope Jabs doesn't hit big RPs, I guess. And try and position yourselves in ways that's gonna be difficult for him. Try and initiate on him or tag him up with that urn like we saw in the first fight, where it was close. They almost brought him down. Man, that would have been a huge kill. Instead, he's 7-0-1.
Even if he doesn't hit the RPs, he still does a lot of damage, and he's still providing empower to the Wraith King.
Yeah, he's definitely still difficult to deal with nonetheless, but if he gets an RP, you're just going to get annihilated so quickly.
He's a Shadow Blade now, for God's sakes. From
Darkseer's about to find that out the hard way. Oh, stolen Surge. Surge's Jabs. Blink.
Blink.
Oh, come on. You know you wanted after that.
Oh, wow.
Boo.
I thought he was going to go for that. It's the right play. It's the safe play. You dive and you feed your magnets at this point. That turns this thing around probably. But, yeah, he could have gone for it still. Instead, they'll just be happy with attempting to take the tier 2 tower top. Black has TP'd up to the shrine just a moment ago. It looks like he's trying to find...
I like this call from Ice, actually. He TP'd top, and then I said, no, go mid, push here. They're not going to come up top. Like, we're fine. So now Black's already mid to stop this from even getting to the tower, and they're going to rotate around behind.
Yeah, that's... Wow. Right about that. They do not want any part of that. As soon as they see Black show up, they back away. They don't know if TPs are going to come behind him. Blink Dagger now done for Black on the Wraith King.
No, so he's ready to join these fights. They're so strong right now. Blink on jabs, blink on ice.
They have to TP everybody back. Like,
nice skewer.
Now Blink Skewer Grace is probably dead here. Fire Blast comes out, auto attack, Shockwave. Good vacuum wall coming up, but the RP is there. It only catches someone. Still though, Rising should fall. Blade Fury. Can Shiba do anything? Stolen wall coming out from Nuts. Again, a great play. Light getting low. Looks like Isis will bring him down. Japs gets the double with the Shockwave.
This
now
might be that big
kill.
kill.
Wraith can't get it though. The Wraith Fire Blast. Black is here, and it looks like Doctor is dead as well. 4 down.
Good blink
and that's
away.
underneath the guys of the tier 3 tower. Not only that, but Shima might be next. The Cyclone is there. Ice ready to go with the Shockwave. Excuse me, the Thunderclap.
Ooh, couldn't get the
Great
lift
Fire
off.
Blast not needed probably. Ooh, they won't dive the fountain. Probably a good idea. And well, that's it. It's GG. 17-5 at 18 minutes, and they're dying underneath their tier 3 tower. MVP realized that's it. We can't deal with this.
So Faceless go 4 wins, 0 loss. Great start to them in Group A of the Mr. Cat. So basically the way this works, guys, we have 2 groups, and then we go into a playoff. So the better you're doing in the group, the better you will be in the playoff. So win all your group stage games. There's no such thing as a worthless game, especially right at the start. So, well, that's not true. Mathematically, there could be. But you know what? Don't burst my bubble.
Right. Well, I'm not. I wasn't going to go there, but I'm going to say that they didn't really look bad at all. Faces maybe made a mistake or two in each game, but it always just felt like they were in a comfortable position. They were in the lead. They were never out of control of these games. Even in the first 2 games against Mineski, which is definitely a more difficult opponent than MVP. No offense to MVP, but this is their first foray into competitive with this squad, at least as far as we can tell. And
yeah,
I will give them credit. They played well in that first game. I mean, they just kind of got behind. They could never really grasp a way back into the game. But Faceless looked really good, man.
Yeah, they look great. Good depth in their drafts too. This Wraith King
absolutely.
Can definitely understand why they've been picking it. And yeah, I'm excited to watch more Magnus from them, like either mid or off lane. See how it works well. Both those scenarios for them, difficult to draft up against. But that's it for us, for Mr. Cat today. We're going to start getting set up back on the main Moonduck channel.
And now for
elimination mode.
Different.
Yes, that's right. Elimination mode. Say goodbye to some of these heroes. Not all of them, though. Some of these guys are already a little bit wacky. I felt like this was a good precursor to elimination mode. We're going to get some odd heroes. But we did see SD Luna earlier. Don't count on that today in elimination mode. Who plays first in elimination mode? Do you know?
OG Alliance is the game that we're casting.
OG?
Yeah,
they play tournaments? They must really like us if they came to our tournament, because they don't play in any tournaments because they get invited everywhere.
They seem like they have a fun time when they play elimination.